Promise of You by Martine. How long have we known each other, Bobby? 20, 25 years? Since we were in Miss Moosebrucker's first grade class together, remember? We saw each other nearly every day all throughout high school. And if we didn't for some reason, we'd call each other on the phone. We'd talk for hours. You were my bestest friend, Bobby. The best ever. And you were definitely my first ever boyfriend. You gave me my first kiss. We thought it would last forever. And even when we occasionally dated other people in high school, I always knew you were the one. Even when you broke up with me at our senior prom, it was just supposed to be that way. Everyone thought so. It was written in the stars, you said. Remember when you said that at Epsom's Pond? That was the night we first made love. The moon was ginormous and so blue. And it was so quiet and isolated. Except for that obnoxiously loud bullfrog. Remember him? But what I most remember about that night was the quiet, the stillness, and the feeling that we were the only two people left on Earth. The stars were out, and it seemed like they were twinkling, winking directly at us. Twinkling because we were so perfect together. And that's when you said our love was written in the stars. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever heard. Still is. But somehow, that all changed when we graduated from high school. You went away to college and I went to a school close to home. And all of a sudden, we hardly saw each other anymore. I called and I wanted to talk to you and visit you, but you were always so busy. With school and work, I guess. I tried to understand, but it was hard, Bobby. It's so hard to love somebody so long and so much, and then all of a sudden, that person that you love with all of your heart isn't there anymore. It's kind of like you died and I wasn't even invited to the funeral. Then one day, out of the blue, 5 years later, you call and tell me that you're getting married and that you wanted to invite me to the wedding because I was your best friend and you wanted to share your happiness with me. And silly me, I went. Watching you walk down the aisle with a complete stranger was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, Bobby. It was like getting hit in the gut with a sledgehammer. I could barely breathe watching you walk down the aisle with her. Eventually, years actually, I got over it. Time heals all wounds, they say. I had boyfriends and lovers, and even a couple of longish relationships. But I never felt toward them the way I feel about you. Not even close, Bobby. Because lurking in the background, like a 900-pound gorilla, was the promise of you. And the promise that our love truly was written in the stars. Just like you said. Stupid me. I believed you. Well, we're all grown up now. And I realize that sometimes things that you say when you're young and in love, no matter how heartfelt, are simply just fairy tales. Beautiful lies. But here's the thing, Bobby. Time doesn't heal all wounds. Not really. It only numbs them to the point that sometimes we can forget about things for a while. That's all. And now, here you are. You're here with me again, in the flesh, all these years later. You come back into my life, telling me that you love me, that you've always loved me. And we can finally be together. Just like it says, written in the stars. Just like that. But the heart's a curious thing, Bobby. It's not just a collection of valves and pumps and hoses pumping blood into our bodies. No, it's so much more than that. It's a repository for a lifetime of feelings and emotions, a memory bank of emotional traumas and triumphs buried deep inside of you. Out of sight, out of mind, maybe, but never forgotten. That's where our love is, Bobby. Buried deep. And the only thing it remembers now is the promise of you.